I'm Do y'all see this lighting right now? Perfect for selfies, but not for YouTube videos. So I might have to come back later and try this again because the sun is not doing it for me today. I'm gonna need y'all to like ignore how I look throughout this whole video. My hair is a mess. I know. I just woke up from a nap, so y'all need to cut me a break, okay? Oh, also, I'm conveniently wearing my band shirt, so yeah. Okay, so I decided to just work with it because it doesn't look that bad, except for that one like shadow across my face somewhere. Just ignore it. We'll call it an aesthetic for today. I have for you guys today a video in which I talk about my experience so far as drum major. Irma decided to come barreling through Florida, and let me tell you that Florida got. Like, we got. Irma just did us dirty. So anyways, 4th week of football. Already been through band camp, already been through everything, so I'm just gonna talk to you guys about everything I've experienced so far, likes, dislikes, advice to you guys who are trying to become drum major at your school, and yeah, so let's get jiggy with it. Alright, so we're gonna start before I even got drum major. So my story begins, I would say, like the end of football of my junior year. So that would have been last year's football season, but towards the end. That is when I started preparing to become drum major. That's when I like sat down with myself and I was like, I'm really gonna try next year to become drum majors. So I'm gonna like try and explain everything I did and then how it kind of affected my, affected me getting it, I guess you would say. I didn't really have anyone to help me. I didn't have a tutor, or I wasn't friends with any of the old drum majors to ask them like, hey, you know, can you help me? I had none of that, so I basically did it all on myself, on my own. I would go on YouTube, watch college drum majors and high school drum majors, especially the high school drum majors at your school, if you're in high school. I would recommend to watch your previous year's drum majors, especially if your band director has a favorite drum major they've had in the past. Watch them and try and like learn off of them. That's what I did. And I really I would watch last year's show on repeat nonstop, and I would just zero in on the conductor, especially the head conductor, and I just watched him, and I kind of started there. After that, I would go on YouTube again, and I would watch like how to conduct videos, and I'd also watch, there's a couple of videos of people talking about their experience of being drum major and how to get drum major, and I watched those. And I also would go on like Hal Leonard Marching Band and just conduct the scores off there. Also, Arrangers Publishing Company has some really good stuff too, you could check that out. So I just started practicing like every single day after school. After I did my homework, I would spend like at least 30 minutes a weekday practicing my conducting. I would video myself. Like, that is the most important thing. You have to record yourself so you can see what you look like versus what a college drum major would look like or a professional would look like, and then you got to try and aim to be like that. So like I would record myself, and then on that rep I would be like, oh, my ictus points were uneven, so then I would spend the next rep trying to fix that. And I just that's just what I did. So yeah, that's kind of it for the preparation. I just did that repetitively, recorded myself, and I even got the middle school band director, or the middle school band directors for us, they're really close with the high school band directors, so I kind of just asked my middle school director to kind of give me criticisms and critiques and stuff. So he helped me out with that too, so that's also a good pointer. So when everything starts to kick in is around band camp, and let me tell you, you literally get like 3 to 5 hours of sleep. And I'm the type of person that runs on that barely runs on 8. So the struggle was real, okay? The struggle was so real. Band camp is when everything, like, your job is literally taking up most of your time. You have no time for a job. You have no time for any other, like, sports, like summer sport. You have no time at all. Like, if you want to be a good, halfway decent drum major, your time needs to be that and that alone. So, like, for band camp, you have to, like, because you have all the rookies and you have to reteach everything, it's just like chaotic. It has the potential to be chaotic. It has the potential to fall apart, and you are one of those people that are holding it together. Like, the way how you execute your job will impact the way how every other person can execute their job, if that makes sense. So not only was I am I drum major, I'm also like a drill captain type person. So in my band, we do these things called pods, and we do them a lot, especially during band camp and the first couple rehearsals of the school year. So basically, you have 9 student teachers stationed around the practice field, and then you break up the whole band into their sections or into little subgroups, like 15 to 20-ish people in each group. So, like, they will all be teaching at the same time, and each student teacher has like 3 or 4 minutes to, like, teach basic stuff like how to forwards march, backwards march, box A, box B, stuff like that. So they have 3 minutes to teach, and then once that 3 minutes is up, all the students will, like, shift to the right one, and then they just do that teacher next. And then it goes until everyone has a full round of all the teachers on the field. So I had to organize that. I had to get the student teachers. Like, I had to pick out of the student leaders, I had to pick the teachers, and I had to make sure they knew what they were doing, they knew how to march pretty well, and that they were good people to put in front of the whole band, because that's, like, a big deal. Like, I remember when I was a freshman, and I was like, wow, these people, like, these are the type of people you need to be looking up to if you're a freshman. Like, you have to make sure that these are vetted people, that these are good teachers that you're putting in front of your people. So I had to be in charge of that. And I'm also, like, doing third quarter pep band, which is, like, after halftime when everyone is at their break, I do the third quarter pep band. So basically we take, like, 25 people, so a small downsized version of our band, and we just play for the people down the stands. While the game's still going on in third quarter, there's still music going. So I do that also. And, like, I can tell you, I feel the changes in my body. Like, I've lost weight. I haven't been eating as much because, I'm like, now it's kind of chilling out because we're getting further into the football season, so it's not as hectic. But in the beginning, like, because my mind was always focused on band, like, what can I do to make them better? What can I do to impact this or make it better? What can I do to this? How can I help this person? Like, my mind was always running on that frame of mind that I, like, could not relax enough to eat properly, if that makes sense. Like, don't do that, but I'm just telling you, like, that's the truth of what happened to me. Like, I started having not really health problems, but changes in my health. Like, I started getting sore, I started getting worse headaches, stuff like that, and I just, like, you can feel the change in your body. You have never seen pure exhaustion. Like, I've done sports before, and I've never been this exhausted. So it's exhausting, and it's a big deal. Like, you have to represent everyone, like, in the band. Like, your teachers know that you're a drum major. All the band parents know you're a drum major, so you gotta watch what you're doing. Like, even if you're not in the band uniform, like, they know who you are. You gotta watch what you post on social media. You gotta watch this, you gotta watch that. Like, it's just a big deal. And then you're also, like, a role model to the rookies. like the really younger people, like the drum major themselves might not notice how much of an impact they have on the younger freshmen and sophomores, but they really do. I've seen the change in how people treat me before drum major and after drum major, and that they just respect me a lot more. Maybe it's because I take so much pride in my job and I really love being drum major. That could be part of it, and it's also just because the title, they just automatically respect whoever drum major is, and then you kind of have to, in order to keep that respect, you gotta be a good drum major. So it's kind of like a back and forth. And also, the people in the band, they might not realize how much you have an impact on them, but I've noticed, when a rehearsal is going south, people are talking, not getting anything done, we're behind schedule and everyone's irritated, you can turn that rehearsal around. I would not recommend yelling or screaming or anything like that, but when you when you start getting hyped up and inserting your energy into that band, you literally have to become a cheerleader for them to start being oh my gosh, we're actually at marching band rehearsal, let me stop being mad and actually play my part and march my spot and do everything right. It works, trust me. You just gotta have a whole bunch of energy. So my advice to those people who are trying to be drum major at their school, you really have to get the respect of your band director, the respect of your peers. Your band director's not gonna pick, if the band director knows is wanting to have a good band, they're not gonna pick a person who most of the people in their band don't respect, because that drum major will never get anything done. The whole band can't hate you if you're gonna be a good drum major. And you also have to have the respect and the trust of your band director, of the teachers, of every adult staff that is putting their time and effort into the program, because they're relying a lot on you, because some schools have a smaller leadership, maybe 10, 20 people, but my school has 50. But the thing is, we're responsible for pushing the leadership in the right direction, and then the leadership is responsible for pushing the students in the right direction. So you kind of have to have that respect and trust from your band director. So I would advise those people who are kind of undetected by their band director, maybe go up to him, miss or mister, say, hi, I'm not doing anything right now. I was just wondering, can I help out in any way, shape, or form? I would really like to just do something, because I have nothing to do right now. And don't, if they say no, go back and ask in 2 weeks. Don't be annoying to them. Don't go up and ask every day. But I would say every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter even if they keep turning you down. Just the fact that you're putting the initiative out there, they're gonna remember that. Just get the attention of your band director, and don't be fake about it. You have to be genuine. If you really are not genuinely wanting to give your time to do all this extra stuff, then you're not built up to be drum major, because drum major is the first person to be there and the last person to leave. You got to make sure everyone is there safely, everyone's back safely, and you're the last person to leave, basically. So if you're genuinely not giving your time, then you're not meant to be drum major. Sorry, but it's the truth. You have to genuinely want to do extra stuff. Band is your life, kind of, for a couple weeks. It really is. So that's the truth. So I'm gonna film a Q&A right after this. So you guys probably will not ask questions right now, but I'm gonna be posting this and a Q&A roughly the same time. So yeah, keep that in mind. Hopefully you guys watched the end of this. It's probably gonna be a really long video, but whatever. Comment, subscribe. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. And stay tuned for my next video. It's gonna be a Q&A, a drum major Q&A. So yeah, thanks for watching. See ya on the flip side.